everybody. So I'm here in Bob's backyard, and I want to continue talking about church specifically, which I have been for the last 2 weeks. And I actually, like some years ago, I stopped going to church, like altogether. And the funny thing it was that it was actually during my third year of ministry school. And and as much as I like love that church, I just needed like a break because it was a season that I was in. Like I needed to just focus on like really encountering God and like just my own private space for a while. So even though I was like in ministry school, I only went to like a couple of church services. Now, granted, we're in school all day, so pretty much got church a lot anyways. But then after ministry school ended, and which is around the time, like after that, like about 6 months later is when I started doing these videos for you guys. And I just did not go to a church for that season. Like I'd visit every now and then. It was mostly to see friends because frankly, I was just really tired of it. I question a lot of things. I was like, why do we do worship corporately like this? Why do we have to sing all these songs? Like I can encounter God, in my bedroom just as much, if not more sometimes. So I was just, and why do I need to, go to listen to a sermon? There are tons of podcasts out there I could just listen to whatever preacher I'd like to, whenever I want, it's available. Why do I have to go to church? And so I didn't for a season. And it wasn't until I found this church here in Nashville, which I've been talking about, that I really started going regularly again. Like I drop in, like I said, here every now and then, wherever I was traveling and visit places. And this is not like to put any churches down, but something I was really tired of was that just the whole, and I've talked to a lot of people this past couple of years that really feel the same way, and I was just really tired of like just doing church, like all this stuff, like there's something going on all the time, and this thing on Tuesday night, and this thing on Wednesday night and Thursday night, and it's like do all the time, and there's not enough time to get to know anyone. Like, why do we do all this stuff if there's not enough time for us to just hang out and be friends and develop a relationship with one another instead of like working for God? And I think that was the issue. And I just see so many people that really long for that authentic relationship and family, community together. And I really think it comes down to identity, which like everything does. It's just like everything has to do with identity. And it's like we feel that we need to do this and do that for God. Well, like we were working for Him, and I used to be like that too. And we don't. Like, God doesn't need us. He does not need our help. He just wants to be with us. He wants a relationship with us, and He wants to use us. It's a privilege, and we get to do that. So this is why I'm like why I'm so in love with my church, because they even they've been really intentional to just build community right now. And there are no small groups, there's no outreach, I think I mentioned that before. There's nothing really other than us just getting to know each other and hanging out and for a season, and it's wonderful. And so many things naturally come out of that. Like since we hang out so much, it's like we're doing home group all the time, or small groups or whatever. So I just think we should never just do stuff just because we're supposed to. It should be like for a reason. And I Honestly, well, when I didn't go to church for a couple years, and then coming back to it, like one thing, because it's a valid question, like I was talking earlier, like why do we sing all these songs? Why do we worship together? It's a valid question that I ask myself too. And I just realized being away from it for a bit, just like there's something that happens in corporate worship that you don't get anywhere else. And it's just like encountering God together. There's nothing more special than that. And there's just something that happens with relationships when you do encounter God together. You just grow so much closer to one another that you wouldn't do otherwise. So I just love it now. And it's not even about the music, I mean, music is great. I love music, but worship is so much more than that. But that's where that's where I'm coming from. And this is not, I hope you guys don't take, this is not like an advertisement for the church I'm part of here in Nashville. I haven't even mentioned the name, because this is just where I feel at home and I love this place. But there are a lot of great churches out there. So you just need to find your home and what's specifically your place. So let's talk about that next time, actually.